We are live. I think we don't even have a countdown this time. So straight up.
What really?
I mean, I guess I did add the countdown. I apologize, guys. So anyway, welcome back to a brand new episode of the weekend review. This one's going to be special because one little to our knowledge, we've been that checked out. The game week starts tomorrow. Back to a brand new episode. I hear myself, guys. No problem. But we're here. We are live, and my two boys are working. The third, I'm not quite sure where he is. I'm sure he'll pop up at some point.
He told me that he's just going to join us in a short while.
Okay, so yeah, he's clearly got very strong priorities at play at this point. So we'll see him as and when we can. But yeah, let's get into it. How has everyone been? Where have you guys been? I know we didn't do a show last week, and last week was a very pivotal moment in the football news cycle because Ole Solskjaer got sacked, and unfortunately for us, I was extremely sick. Not COVID, but I was just having because the weather shifts here have been so random. My body just couldn't take it, and eventually I've been dealing with a lot of nasal congestion. Akshay was not well either. Though was busy. Sid obviously has baby priorities. So it's been a little all over the place, and I really apologize for the scheduling of this all because it should be better, and I assure you it's going to get better. But that being said, let's start. Where do we want to start? Let's start with the game week review, guys. How has the week been for you? Or how did your football team do, etc. etc.
I didn't really get to watch any of the games this week except yesterday's game.
Oh, why is that?
I was out in Goa for a friend's wedding. Yeah, so just got back in time to catch the game of the weekend, which I think we were all looking forward to.
Padima and Akshay.
Yeah.
So,
but I did catch a bit of the
wedding fever.
Arsenal Newcastle.
Arsenal bounced back from a very impressive. Bounced back from the thrashing with an impressive 2-0 win over Newcastle. But then again, it is Newcastle, so I can't really, shower all the credit on Arsenal because Newcastle do look quite toothless in defense. Can be got at pretty easily, and I think the goals came in a 3-minute period. I think it was Saka who scored first, and then Martinelli who scores the second from a Tomiyasu cross. Speaker's been great for FPL, by the way. We'll get to it later. But yeah, Arsenal Newcastle was an interesting result. Liverpool helping Southampton was something I didn't quite see coming. I knew they'd beat them, but not to the extent in which they tore them apart. Diego Jota scoring in the first minute. I think then he doubled the lead before Van Dijk, and I think Salah got on the score sheet.
Salah didn't score.
No, I wouldn't think Salah. I think the third is probably someone else, but
Van Dijk was the third, and Thiago was the fourth. Thiago was the third, and Van Dijk
was the fourth. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's like a little confused, I'm sure, but Salah got an assist as far as I know.
Yeah.
That machine seems to be rolling on without stopping.
No. The only thing that can stop them is AFCON, dude. I guess.
Even then, also, I'm not quite sure if that's going to be enough. Then you have Man City, who just more or less taken that machine also has kicked off. It's been grinding out important wins. They beat.
That's such a well-oiled machine, dude. That team is like a proper like Man City is the quintessential team that tactics and everyone doing their job will be way, way better than having a superstar in your team. One guy.
Well, I completely agree. Yeah, like that team is the most functional team in the Prem, and once they get going, it's very difficult to stop. And this is and Fergie seemed to do this a lot. Like they would start slow, and then by Christmas that machine would be up and running, and then they just start accumulating points while everybody else drop points. And even when they hit a blip, there was enough of points gap for teams to, you know what, for teams to not be able to catch up. So it's I just don't see, I don't see who any team looking that cohesive as a unit, and I see City with the fixture run that they have coming up. At least the next five, I see them getting all wins.
Yeah, it seems like an easy lot of fixtures coming up for them.
Hmm.
Just go through it quickly if you want.
But
So
in
they
the
play,
meantime,
yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah, go on.
So they just played Villa. They have Villa. They have Watford, Wolves, Leeds, and Newcastle as the next 5 fixtures.
Which one do you see them losing? I don't see them losing anything.
Maybe the Villa one.
I don't think. I think.
But I'm not too sure. Villa.
One Manchester fell to Watford, so maybe the other will.
I don't know. I think Watford were good. And that game was quite exciting too. Watford Leicester, and it ended up 4-2. A lot of games in the snow this week rather. Yeah.
Speaking
and
of the snow,
Spurs and Burnley got postponed. So, and I guess especially after Antonio Conte's comments about Spurs not having the level is not being very high at Spurs, and that really bothered him. So he's already throwing stuff on people under the bus, and especially the hierarchy there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. If they don't give him a transfer budget in January, things could look. He's not going to stick around, deal with any of their bullshit.
Funny, they said before he took the appointment that he watched All or Nothing, and that's why he decided to join Spurs. And I didn't know why. Like that didn't make any sense. And now he's there 3 weeks, and he's like, "Oh shit! Like I didn't think this job was this bad. Like I didn't know they were this bad or this."
They lost their midweek.
To some team called Mora, and now if they don't win their next game, they go into a playoff.
Imagine you're going to a Conference League playoff. Come on.
Yeah, Conference League playoff. It's quite disheartening to see, especially for an English team of that level. You know,
I'm just like, wow.
I think they were the only English team that lost this week in the midweek Europa games. All the other teams won.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So we'll talk about Champions League also for a bit. United have qualified a 2-0 win over Villarreal, which
you topped the group, dude.
After
at one point to Young Boys.
And that draw against Atlanta was also. I know this is the most stressful qualification route that United could have taken, and they've taken it. But they're through with a game to spare. Now there's talk about the Young Boys game being postponed, or rather being shifted, venues being shifted because of the new Omicron wave, which is wonderful news.
Wow.
Yeah, because
I was not aware of this.
I'm trying to especially for those who are traveling, this is probably not the best time to travel. So keep that in mind. But yeah, United are through. Chelsea walloped Juventus at Stamford Bridge, which set up this weekend's fixture as heavily in Chelsea's favour, in my opinion. I think if you were to pick a winner for this, everyone would have said, Chelsea are definitely the team that are on form. The only stat that stuck out against this is that Chelsea haven't beaten United in the last 7 attempts, and they haven't beaten them at the Bridge since 2017, which was the Morata goal that the three of us watched together, if you remember. So, so that game rolled around, and I remember because I woke up it's a Sunday, so I woke up fairly late. I was supposed to go down to a United bar to watch it,
Mm.
and I thought about it 100 times. I was like, do I really want to go see United get walloped on a Sunday morning in a bar full of United fans?
Yeah.
But I have a track record at this bar. Every time I've gone there, United haven't won, they haven't lost, they've just drawn. And on the way to the bar, Jadon Sancho scores, and he's
Oh, so you missed the game. I missed the goal.
yeah. I was watching on my phone, but
Mhm.
I was our man Jadon Sancho who takes the ball of potential Ballon d'Or winner Jorginho, which is funny because apparently yesterday was the votings for the Ballon d'Or were
Yeah.
closed on Sunday, and Jorginho I don't think helped himself by doing what he did. But let's talk about the game in general. That first half, Chelsea should have been 2-0 up.
Yeah, they had too many chances which they should have capitalized
Absolutely,
on.
dude. Like, it was just so. That was the most frustrating game to watch this whole season because, like, okay, actually, that first shot from Ziyech, maybe it could have gone in or not or whatever.
Mm.
But that second one, Cho had to score that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
absolute
I was like, it's game over. But then
yeah, and
Dave came to
even if
rescue.
he, even if he
Yeah.
had, if you saw the at his this, on the line, Timo was
Werner's
there,
waiting.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and he was open. Nobody would
Mm.
have reached him. They just passed it. It was a tap in, and it was a goal. It was like a
Yeah.
clear shot goal, like, uh, and that was just frustrating.
3 minutes
Um,
in that too. And I remember this because
Mm.
it's just I remember going, oh shit, if Shaw had looked up and seen Werner, that would have been 1-0
yeah,
Yeah, it would have been
instantly, and
over.
then the game, the pace of the game changes. A lot of talk was happening before the game with Ronaldo being dropped to the bench. My opinion, great decision because
exactly.
um,
Yeah.
they needed a team to track back to hold the shape, and it
Mm.
took United some time to get going. Eventually, when they did, um, I think they managed to start wresting some control of the game. In my opinion, the
It
Ronaldo
was
substitution happened a little too early, and because then I think soon after Chelsea conceded the goal, they were a little nervous, and you could see every time
yeah.
Sancho or Rashford got the ball, I started running at the defense. It looked,
Mm.
they looked a little shaky, but still, that wasn't their biggest threat problem. The biggest problem is up front, where I feel you have two strikers, both capable of doing very separate things, but in a team that doesn't cater to either of them. Or when they play together, it's just like chalk and cheese, which is, of course, the team of one and the Lukaku situation. Um, Lukaku has not been fit for a couple of matches, and he came on. He looked
I
quite
mean,
rusty.
think about like Chelsea. Okay, like in any other team would technically be having an injury crisis at this point,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like Lukaku
Mm.
was out. Werner just came back. He's so rusty, dude. He just came back this game.
Mm-hmm.
Lukaku, Werner were out. Havertz is out. Um, Kante is out. Chilwell is out. Um, who else? Mount had that dental surgery thing, and he's also not been in. Pulisic also is not
Pulisic
playing.
was out.
Dude, that's literally more than half our squad, our first
Mm-hmm.
team squad that's supposed to be playing.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been chugging along just fine. Like
Mm.
somehow we've been chugging along just fine. I think that Ben Chilwell thing really hurt us the most because
Yeah.
That looks like
dude,
it,
that
yeah.
guy's pace on the left, we lost that fluidity. Like Alonso also looks
Mm.
very rusty, and
Mm.
like every time we had to break back on the counter, like he slowed it down so much. Like everyone came back,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
and just finishing ability, dude. How many chances we got, dude.
That first
It
half,
was
I just don't. Yeah.
ridiculous. Like I think United's chances only came after they scored, and that also I was very surprised because generally Chelsea have like you don't have only one guy at the back. We at least have two.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you had
Yeah.
put Kante
Yeah.
there and we put Kante alone, also like that wouldn't have worked. Like you had to have two guys back. I didn't understand why we made that mistake. We generally don't make stupid
Mm-hmm.
defensive mistakes.
Mm.
No, but I remember the
And
commentator pointing this out saying Chelsea are playing a very dangerous game when it comes to corners because they're throwing everybody forward, and
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and
see,
then
I understood why they did that because all our corner goals have come from
Overloads.
our defenders, Thiago
Yeah.
Silva,
Mm.
James, or Rudiger, or whatever, right? But you keep what two DMs or
You
keep
keep at
someone
least,
else with
yeah.
with Jorginho there, right, to support. But anyway,
Correct.
like that was just a stupid mistake. I think both goals came from stupid mistakes, right? Like Van Bissaka being a blockhead and doing his tackle that he does,
Mm.
and
I'm not even sure
Jorginho
about
did.
the Wan Bissaka one because it's
Yeah,
just it
I
felt
wasn't too sure about it.
because I saw it happen and I'm like, okay, there's contact. He's looking at the ball, and anywhere else on the pitch that would have not been given as a foul, but somehow here it is. And then
No,
if
it
memory serves
it
correctly,
would be given as a foul anywhere on the pitch, right? But the
no. Then
argument is that
if memory serves correctly, the same thing happened with I think it was Conte and Martial in the FA Cup semi-final, and this was
Mm.
exactly where this is where Martial is through on goal, ball's coming down, both have eyes for the ball, and Conte kicks through the back of Martial and he falls down. Chelsea take the ball, go
Yeah.
the other end and score, and no foul, nothing's given, and no VAR also doesn't intervene. So when this happened, I was like, okay, I understand this contact because one Thiago, Wan Bissaka is clearly going for the ball. He's looking up, he's going for the ball, and Thiago Silva sticks his legs out. It's contact,
Yeah. Just bad
and then
luck.
screams, yeah, and screams. I'm like, oh shit, okay. When I saw the contact,
but
and I'm like,
but
okay, I
VAR
don't
checked
agree
it
with it.
anyway, right?
No, I
So
don't think
this is
don't
one of
even
those
think it
things,
meant a VAR
right?
check.
So this is one of the things, right? If the Chelsea, I mean, if the referee doesn't call it, then VAR won't check it. Play will continue and then it'll go on. If the referee calls it, then VAR will check and say, yeah, it is a penalty. And VAR has been consistent about this thing that, yeah, like if there's contact, then it's a penalty. Like, it's a stupid thing. It's a very stupid thing,
That's
but
really
they've been
stupid.
consistent about this.
Yeah.
Well,
One.
they said they're trying to let those kind of fouls go, which made it even more all the
But
more
dude,
strange. Because
I mean,
even
I get it.
the
It
Bruno
just both.
situation where Bruno gets fouled and then Southampton score, which was where literally came from the back, kicked him on the side of the thigh, and then he fell, and then Southampton started the attack. Similarly, in this scenario where ball is being cleared, one of them is being more aggressive than the other, is and it is now being denied for a penalty. I don't understand where the consistency is with regards to with the whole
No,
calling a foul of
I'm
fouls
saying
and stuff.
across the league, at least this year, you kick someone in the box, it's a penalty. And the referee calls it, VAR will be like, yeah, it's penalty.
It's
That's
just
it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. If it was anywhere else on the pitch, they would have just continued play like normal. Because
I
it's
think, and it's basically no. I mean, Thiago Silva does Thiago Silva things where he really milked it for all it's worth. I was like, oh damn, Thiago
Yeah.
Silva. My dislocated
Hey,
knee
he had
also
to
it
come
was
off, dude. Like his hamstring and shit.
yeah, but his ankle it hit. What hamstring is going to?
He was up and running
Yeah.
a minute after the penalty was given.
Yeah.
What, you
So-
wanted to die or what on the pitch? Only then
No.
you'll give a foul. Like, what is
No.
that? Just, so what if you're up
He
and
like
running, dude, in a minute?
milked it. He was like, oh, I'm dying also. My father should have been the referee. Huh?
Let's
Nothing
ask
happened.
Sid here
Come back.
because he plays football. I'm sure he'll have a better view on this because he actually plays football and he'll know like what should have been the right call and what shouldn't have been.
You know what? I think it's a penalty. It's just a very, 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 very soft penalty. I'll send something on the group. Just take a look, Tushar. Just take a look for you especially.
Okay, but anyway, no, but still continue
But
talking about
it's so soft. That penalty was so soft. Like you remember that softy that we used to get as kids. Like that was harder compared to this penalty. But like Thiago Silva knew exactly what he's doing. He put his foot right in behind the ball in the case that we are talking, or in front of Wan Bissaka's leg, right in time. That was all of his experience culminating in that foul. He knew exactly what he was doing, and the moment he got the slightest of contact, it was he went
Yeah.
down, he got the penalty. And like Dodh said, they're at least consistent about if there is contact, give a penalty. At least with VAR, like they've been consistent about that. I'm not saying that it should have been a penalty. I'm just saying that there has been some level of consistency with respect to if there's contact in the box, just give them a penalty. So, and there was contact. I know he didn't mean it. See, like I can go back to the Nani red card with the cunt Sakir. So even obviously he didn't mean it because he didn't know where the he didn't know where the player was. But I think it was a very soft penalty, but it was an emphatic penalty by Jorginho. That's all I can say. Like even if Dave gets the right way, there's no chance he was saving that.
Yeah. No, I think if Dave guesses the right way, he saves the penalty.
No chance. It did not look savable. Like I am pretty sure.
It was a low penalty. I'm sure he would have.
No, dude, it was like bang in the corner. There's no way you're saving that. You go back
He
and
did
watch
his
it.
he did his little hop, step, and jump, and
Yeah, he did. He did.
I think if he stood, and the way to battle this thing, to combat is, you just need to stand and not move when he does the skip.
Yeah.
And I thought Dave, having seen Bruno do this week on week, could have probably understood that.
No, but somehow, this time he actually practically hit that. He banged it in. Like it typically he just places it in the corner, but this time he just belted it in. There's no chance. Also, that was an emphatic. He more than made up for his stupid error with the Sancho goal.
Jorginho give it. Jorginho take it.
Also, speaking of number 8 midfielders, I thought Fred had a great game, but
I thought he had
of course he will be
spectacular game.
Except for the ultimate, the brain fart.
What the hell was? I feel like, you know what? I know as much as we cuss Fred, and he deserves a lot of the cussing. Yeah. I think Rangnick can actually improve him, because as a player, he actually does a lot of the pressing and stuff. It's just that he doesn't know when to press, when not to press, where to pass, where not to pass. It's like he's got all of the attributes, but he just doesn't apply himself. I think a coach like Rangnick, I don't know if you have spoken about Rangnick yet.
Not yet.
But a coach like Rangnick, I'm sure, can elevate his game to the next level. That's my personal opinion, because, dude, his best games are he's like the anti-Lukaku. Like his best games are like against City, against Chelsea.
Yeah. It's he's big game Fred.
Yeah, he's like big game Fred. Yeah.
But oh my God, Fred! The one thing, unfortunately, he'll be remembered for is something Edouard Mendy hopes he'll be forgotten for. Because Mendy, I think in the 87th
he barely fucks up, but
you know what? I feel like we should have had Scotty at that exact same position, because you remember what he did just literally the last kick of the game before COVID hit the entire world. Yeah. If only Scotty had the ball at that position, man.
Dude, like you can see visible confusion on Fred's head. He's like,
yes,
like he's like, huh? Now what do I do? And then he's like, here you go, mate. Take the ball back, and he chips it slowly back.
My God,
dude, this reminds me of when we play FIFA, right? And then like, the keeper gives the ball, and you're like, hey, okay, give it back.
Yeah. Basically,
dude, it was exactly like that. It was exactly like that. Dude, Ronaldo was free. Lingard may have been offside, but Ronaldo, he just had to slide the ball to Ronaldo, and you know that's the winner right there.
Yeah, I think Lingard plays himself offside, so that kind of.
Because Lingard chased down Mendy, right? Because he pressed Mendy, that's why he had to miss pass. Like Jorginho plays it back. I think it was Jorginho who plays it back to Mendy. And Lingard closes down Mendy, which
I think Lingard and Fred probably have big futures under Rangnick, because they're both high-pressing players.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what that's going to do for Lingard's contract talks, but it's going to be an interesting few months ahead. So, but now let's talk about it. This morning I woke up to the news that Ralf Rangnick has signed for Man United.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to be in the dugout for the Arsenal game, but I feel that we put I'm sure Darren Fletcher was talking to somebody yesterday on a earpiece. Now, this could be a video analyst, it could be somebody in the sports science team, but everyone keeps saying it's Rangnick with a line, saying do this, and there have been talks of that Rangnick picked the team. He chose the diamond, and United seemed to. I think this is the second game where the press has looked better. I wouldn't say.
You know what? This I was reading. There's quite a few stats. Okay, let me put out the stats. This is the first time since that Newcastle game that we have pressed and won the ball in the opposition third.
Mm.
Wow.
So against Newcastle, we won
Wow.
it 11 times in the opposition third. This yesterday's game was 9 times, and that's the highest it's been
Wow.
since that. The Newcastle game was the Ronaldo return game for
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
who's forgotten.
And
And
wonderful goal
Seems
from
like an
Bruno.
age ago.
yeah,
Dude, but
and
you realize like United, I don't think since Fergie have had like a amazing midfield. Since Fergie left, they've had a shit midfield. Like, and that's
I agree.
that's something that's the problem. Like that transition play, not able to win ball winning DMs or CDMs or that's
Mm.
not there. And but I'm genuinely scared because this Gegenpress German coach knows how to drill that into your midfield and
Yeah.
your CVs. And like I'm genuinely scared
but I'll
now
tell you.
of what United can be.
I doubt
So I was
United are going to
out
be much this
like
season.
you know what? Like I remember telling you all that I'm out. I'm going to be at a friend's Sangeet, and me and one of my friends who's an Arsenal fan. Like when it turned 9 o'clock, both of us opened the app to check the team sheets, and when we
Yeah.
saw that midfield, right, we knew he's going to put Fred on James and Scotty on Alonso and literally kill the game, and that's
Mm.
exactly what he did.
Yeah,
He
that's
put
it. Just
Bruno
kill our
on
fullbacks. Yeah,
yeah, you it's pretty
Literally.
Chelsea is
Yeah.
right now fullbacks FC. There's no two ways
yeah.
about
There's
it.
nothing. There's
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah.
I'd like to say
And the
me bringing Reece James in for fantasy was why he was had such a bad game. But let's give credit to let's give credit to the others. Like just so
but no,
everyone
that
feels.
like the moment we saw that, I'm like, bro, either he's gonna do this where he tells them literally man mark the fullbacks and put Matic who played Mount? No, who was your number 10?
It was
Werner was number 9.
One of the number 9.
Cho
Ziyech.
was there.
Cho.
Cho,
Cho and
Cho's,
Ziyech. Yeah, Cho. So he
Yeah.
would have told Matic to sit on Cho, and then that's pretty much what happened in the game. Like,
dude, but Cho was able to be very fluid in the game, but he
yeah,
just
he
couldn't.
was. He was. I think
save his life.
he
And
was
that's
Chelsea's
also
best
because
player
Matic is
by
really
far.
slow compared to
Yeah, that's true. Matic
yeah
is slow.
compared to Cho. Matic was really slow and couldn't track back. Hence, Van Bissaka had to come and help him at many a times
Yeah.
during the game.
But if you go back and look at the first half average player position, okay, go back and look at it, you can actually see a huge gap between who was playing right center back, Lindelof.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So you can see a
Yeah.
huge gap between Wan Bissaka and Lindelof.
Lindelof.
And that is exactly where Cho was operating.
Yeah, if you notice
Yeah,
the first 10 minutes of
Ziyech
that game,
and Cho, both of
Yeah.
them are like
Chelsea
getting
kept
those-
hitting balls into the channel. That specific
Yeah,
channel between
that specific
they
channel
bypassed
between
the
Wan
midfield.
Bissaka. Yeah,
Yeah, and then that's when they were having the most time. Then United tightened that up. I think Matic got a little deeper.
Yeah.
I think in the second half, Chelsea were toothless. Honestly, I know United parked one of those famous London red double-decker buses, but despite all of that, and I tried making this argument with some of my Chelsea friends that that look, there's Chelsea are good. They're very solid defensively. Like, and somebody, I think Clayton mentioned in one of our group texts where he said defense wins you titles or whatever.
Yeah, but
I'm like, yeah,
doesn't mean
man,
that
defense win
attack.
you titles, but yeah, you have to attack at some point for your defense to you know to help your defense out. And these, I'm not saying they're not bad attacking, but they just don't have that sort of a style or system that
I'll tell you this from
if
what
some
I've
team
seen
plays a
so
low
far.
block, if some team plays a low block, like Brentford played a low block against Chelsea and they
Yeah.
dominated Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I don't
But we
see
still
Chelsea
grinded
having
out a
a-
win there.
I'm saying that you can grind out wins when you're not playing well. I just don't trust your strike force to deliver your title. It's not nothing to do. Your defense is
see,
great.
albeit it was your second string strike force. Like, I'm pretty sure you're not going to start. Like, if the entire team is fit, you're not going to start Werner, Ziyech, and Cho. You're probably going to start Pulisic, Mount, and Lukaku. With all likelihood, yeah. And your
But I
midfield
don't
will be Jorginho and
Kante.
Kante.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I would have preferred Kovacic's Kante, but Kovacic is out for the whole season.
With
Like
what?
he's
ACL.
something hamstring ACL. He's out. He's not been there for 6 months almost.
No, he
Yeah, I
played
think
the
he's
game.
been.
He played the game against Aston Villa. I remember.
Yeah, he played against Villa, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
where he
he's
is.
been gone since the beginning of the season, dude.
No, dude.
And now like he's slow. Yeah,
I don't know where coach it is, but
But
I mean, actually,
what's with the hate for
Wasn't he
Jorginho?
just
Like,
injured recently? But
but why the hate for Jorginho? I thought he's pretty good, decent at least.
dude. Like Jorginho, like the Juventus game, he played so insanely well. Like he was a distribution center. Like he was putting balls to everybody, and we beat them 4-0. And like beating a Juventus team is, I mean, they're not that easy also to beat, but we were able to do it. This game, he just messed up so many times. It's just insane the number of times Jorginho messed up.
man,
Um,
Varane cannot come back into that squad soon enough. Um, we definitely need a Varane. Varane was missing for United. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. Actually, that's if you think about it, that is very much a makeshift back four. Even though I think Alex Telles had a great game and should probably keep his spot for a little while longer. So,
dude, I think United
but
look better without Maguire. They look way better without Maguire.
okay, so I want to keep this entire episode short. So let's just jump straight into next week's predictions because the game week starts tomorrow. Little did I know. Sid, did you know this?
Yeah, I did. I already made my FPL changes.
Oh man, Sid the
I made it. I
this
made
was
it like the moment I saw the City West Ham fixture. I made my changes.
I
And
have.
even up-
I had a good FPL week. I got 70 points. So it's been.
Oh wow! Wait, you had Jota.
I had Jota, I had Salah, I had Tomiyasu, and I had Trent, and then I had Tony, and then Brandon Williams came off the bench with 7 points because Son didn't play.
wow.
And yeah, it's been a good FPL week. Foden, I mean, no City assets because Foden didn't play. But it's okay. I don't think I'm thinking about to bank the transfer this week and just slowly build my way back up because it's been a long road to get to where this stupid.
What's the big game for this week? Oh, the Arsenal game. I'm assuming.
United, yeah, we have to preview it. So let's try and keep this. I have to drop in about half an hour, and if you guys want to continue, then be my guest. But let's just try and get to the previews quickly.
Who should I?
Yeah, just
share
pull
my
up the
screen?
fixtures now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the meantime, I think we should speak about Rangnick and
Yeah, Ralf Rangnick has now joined United on a 6-month deal with a 2-year consultancy role in the process as well.
Dude,
I'm
third
more
big
excited.
German coach.
I'm excited about the. I'm excited about the consultancy more than I am about the 6 months.
I agree.
The 2-year.
As opposed to Woodward and gang who don't know how to run a football club, this guy's run 2 football clubs and made both of them like probably top 25 in Europe.
Hoffenheim
and
Hoffenheim. So Ralf Rangnick was also at Schalke, and this was the last time United were in a Champions League final. They played a Schalke team in the semis, I think. Beat them 4-0 at home and 2-0 away. I mean, 2-0 away and 4-1 at home or something. And I remember this because this was the game everyone saw Manuel Neuer, and he was like, "Oh, who's this crazy guy?" He was at Schalke at the time, and Rangnick was the coach. Ralf Rangnick is now they call him the godfather of gegenpressing, even though the story is that he saw Dynamo Kiev play it and back in the 80s, and he was like, "What is this?" And then he built a variant on it. Then his pupils have included Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel, who play, again, a similar variant of it. And what this does more than anything else is the succession plan to him in 6 months does not seem to be going down the Pochettino route, which I think is quite interesting.
Nagelsmann.
Not even Nagelsmann. I think he's going.
Sorry, Ten Hag.
So Ten Hag is, I think, probably where United have focused um, you know, their visors on, because it looks like Eric Ten Hag, the groundwork for Eric Ten Hag is being laid. Now, it wouldn't surprise me that come May, Eric Ten Hag will be announced as the new coach for Man U.
What
I
I'm
think
glad about is like there's no like Fergie, the Godfather, has given his blessing, or we have to
I
play
don't
the
know if Fergie
United
even has
way.
the
Or
power to do any sort of thing
dude,
in
he's
the
been
league.
influencing shit since he left. Like everything he's been influencing from Mole to Moyes to
Yeah.
Mourinho to everything. He's been the Godfather of the back, but dude, you need to let him go. Like just go. You've retired. Let him go.
Let him
United
be
need to
happy
move
for
on from that,
the
and like
United way.
let
I'm so sick of hearing the United
yeah
way. We don't know what
uh,
the United way is.
yeah.
Nobody knows.
United way was to win, dude. Was to win and challenge. At least that's what I thought.
I don't.
um, the
So
the other thing is this guy's
fast wing attacking football is great, but fast wing attacking football is now very much in the guise of gegenpressing. So you need to be
yeah.
able to incorporate what is actually happening in the world of football around you into your attacking play. So let's see. But anyway, prediction time. Um, those is somehow beating us as per usual. And
Yeah.
Akshay, Newcastle, Norwich. Let's try and get your predictions on this. Where do you see this going?
Newcastle, Norwich. Norwich have been
Relegation
pretty
six
good.
pointer.
You
Sorry?
know, if Norwich win this game, they would have had the highest points in November of any team in the
Yeah.
Premier League.
Yeah. They've been pretty
So
good in the last two games.
talk about a new manager bounce.
but they
I think
won their
Norwich are
first
winning
game
this.
with their old manager itself, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Like Villa and Norwich are doing well now. So he's like,
I think Norwich are winning this 1-2, 2-1.
Yeah, I think they're winning this 2-0, if I'm being perfectly honest. I see all signs point to Newcastle being the richest club in the championship. So, the way things are going. So, till December, till January, I don't see them picking up this rotten form they're on. Sid?
Uh, I think Eddie Howe gets his first win. 1-0 Newcastle.
yeah, I think the
What
same.
about you?
1-0 Newcastle.
No, Newcastle.
There was shades of. I know they lost the game, but there was a bit of, you could see a bit of Eddie Howe's system in the previous game, which they
Dude,
lost. So
in small bits they challenge Arsenal, dude. Like in
yeah,
small bits.
and
They,
yeah, there was some level of Eddie Howe's system being implemented in that Arsenal game. So I just think that, I know it's just 2 more days, uh, but I still feel like I think they'll eke out a narrow win.
Interesting. Leeds Palace. I see Palace winning this. I think Leeds look quite short on confidence. Haven't been scoring as freely.
I think
They
Yeah.
look,
the loss of Bamford's really hurting them.
yeah.
yeah.
I think that's always the case for them. Whenever he's injured, for some reason they just, you know, drop out of points, drop out of contention for a win. I don't know why.
I mean,
I
Bamford's the player that takes those half chances and scores and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
And he's really good on the half turn. Like, also, he's good with his back to goal. He can hold up the
Yeah.
ball if
Yeah.
needed.
Leeds Palace is going to be an interesting game, but I don't see Leeds scoring more than one. I think
Yeah.
Palace win this comfortably because they're resolute enough. So 3-1 Palace.
Same for me.
I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. No, I take that
Interesting.
back. Oh, no, I take that back. I think 2-0 to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I also think 2-0 Crystal Palace.
Southampton versus Leicester. Oh, this is anyone 9-0 anybody? I doubt that's going to be the case. I think Southampton, Ralf, after the thumping that his team's got over the weekend. He's going to try and keep this very tight. But I see this game playing out as a 1-1 draw.
I think it's a
It's,
2-2
it's
draw because I think both teams are very prone to conceding
Attacking, dude.
goals, and both teams
hot and
are pretty
cold.
attacking.
Very hot and cold, I'd
Yeah,
say.
and they're very hot and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be 2-2.
Yeah, draw.
Those?
I think Leicester win this one 2-1.
He's going to get. This is going to be the one that wins in the week, isn't it?
Watford, Chelsea.
Watford, Chelsea. I'm going for a Chelsea win. A comfortable 3-0.
Chelsea win this comfortably, 3-0.
Watford are going to score one at least, but not enough. So,
The Norwegian Josh King.
yeah.
Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea.
Fullbacks FC.
It really is fullbacks FC. West Ham Brighton, interesting game, but I think West Ham have enough in the tank to beat Brighton at home. I'm going with a 2-1 to West Ham. The Moisaya train continues.
This game will be interesting for what tactics they set up, dude.
Yeah.
Both are very Moyes and Potter.
I think it's going to be a 0-0. It's going to be a dead game.
I don't see. I see West Ham scoring for sure.
I mean, Brighton are very solid at the back.
It's going to be a 1-1 draw. Yeah, as Sid said, Brighton are quite good at the back. But being from an FPL point of view, I would love to see West Ham score at least one.
I think
so let's see.
West Ham win this one 2-1.
Wolves versus Burnley. That's a match
What
I'm going
was,
to go to ball.
I think that Dort is...
Tushar went 2-1 West Ham.
West Ham.
Wolves Burnley.
Wolves.
Ooh, Burnley usually tend to beat Wolves in these games. But
Burnley have been shit. Burnley have been absolutely atrocious.
Now that you mentioned that, I would say.
Actually, no, they've not been really bad. They had a high-scoring win, a draw last week.
I'd say
that was see, that's an anomaly. Burnley never play high-scoring games.
But they played out to a draw, and they drew again.
Yeah,
They played out Chelsea to a draw.
I think this is a 2-2. This is a 2-2.
No, Wolves win this 2-0.
It's a high scoring 2-2 though. It's going to be Desmond.
I think Burnley win this 1-0.
Man, I'm just laughing at what Dort sent about the ginger Mourinho.
Yeah, the cake things.
Yeah.
That was
I think Burnley takes the cake.
Yeah.
So 1-0 Burnley.
1-0. Villa Man City.
Villa Man City. Oh, this. Huh?
I didn't get those.
1-0 Burnley.
Villa Man City. Mm-hmm. I think City win this. I think Gerrard's about to get his first loss as a manager. I see this going down as a 2-0 victory, 2-0 away for Man City.
I think Villa might play this out to a draw, a 1-1 draw.
3-0 City.
Aha. The
only reason I think they play 3-0 is because they didn't play the full. I mean, I don't know with City, whatever it is, but I feel like they didn't play their full strength team against West Ham. So
I'll go 4-0 City.
Oh, okay, wow, interesting.
I don't know what it is, dude. This season, Premier League, it's not one goal, two goal. Everyone's just belting everyone. 5-0, 4-0.
But City are masters of the 1-0, the 2-1s, the 2-0s. I think that's
no,
probably.
that's
No,
the thing
last
with
week they won,
big.
right?
They won. They smashed them the week before that, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
Everton
Liverpool
less.
belted Southampton. Yeah.
Yeah, Everton, Liverpool 3-0 comfortably. If like Benitez continues to play Salomon Rondon as their number 9 for 90 minutes, don't
Yeah.
expect the Everton fans are already turning. So I don't.
I think 4-0 to Liverpool.
I'm going 3-0.
I think it's only because it's a derby. I want to say 3-0, but only because it's a derby. I want to say 2-0.
At Goodison, right? And Liverpool notoriously don't do well at Goodison. I think this time around.
Yes, like I mean, to be fair to Rafa, his squad has been completely depleted because of injuries.
Yeah.
But then again, I just because it's a derby, I think it's just going to be a 2-0.
Yeah, I think 3-0.
Tottenham, Brentford.
Tottenham, Brentford.
Conte.
A 2-2 draw. I see Spurs not winning this game. And as a Son owner myself, I don't see him getting more than a goal in this game.
I think
I
Brentford
think 1-2
will.
to Tottenham.
Yeah, I think I go with the same score as Dodds.
I think Brentford are going to nick this 1-2-1.
Oh, Akshay with the wing left choice.
Wild card.
Okay, wildcard Akshay will call it now. United Arsenal game of the week. Yeah. So on a Thursday I'll have a meeting for sure. So
Oh, that's the worst. I had to catch a flight at like 7 a.m. on Friday morning. There's no chance I could watch this game.
Are you heading?
Yeah, I'm going to Coimbatore for some.
Oh, nice. Nice. What day is it on? Friday.
Friday morning, 1:45 for us.
Oh, man.
this is wonderful. This could be the first game Ralf Rangnick is in charge in spirit, I think. But I
No,
expect.
I heard that he's going to be in the dugout for this game.
I don't think.
No,
Apparently, there's some work permit issue that might
Yeah,
prevent him
that's
from doing so.
No, that was preventing from the Chelsea game, not the Arsenal game.
That I think that's
No,
still continuing this week.
yeah, Arsenal
Uh,
game as well, but he'll be right. He'll be there on Saturday or something like that, right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So United Arsenal, I expect at Old Trafford a 1-1 draw. Arsenal are somehow United's bogey team, and I don't see them doing too well. I would have gone for a loss, but the Ragnick appointment has pushed my hopes up a little bit. So I think there's enough
Same for me.
in the tank for United to like eke out a
1-1.
draw in this game.
Yeah.
I think 2-1 United.
Why do you say so?
Ronnie Bhaiya and Sancho will hit, dude.
No make ghee shakkar if that happens.
I'm going to go with 2-1.
Who are your goal scorers?
They're going to give that really dumb goal away, which they always do. But I think Sancho's going to get a goal for sure. He's in form. He's looking good now. He's settled in. I think he's going to hopefully have a place in the game. So if you do want to get him for your FPL team, that might be a good choice. Because he's definitely going to play. And
quickly, FPL captains for the week.
I would have, you know what? Ideally, the reason I got Kane in was to captain him against Burnley and Brentford. But
Dude, just set Salah and forget till AFCON.
Yeah, I think I have to go with what Dode said. Set and forget Salah captain.
I have just not even
Especially with
like changed it.
especially with the depleted. Dude, I was
I will,
asleep when the deadline. Like Akshay usually messages like this week. He forgot to message what when the
hmm.
deadline was. I was fast asleep. I woke up and I'm like, shit, I missed the deadline. Like Steele was my goalkeeper.
uh,
But
But like,
but you had him come
yeah, I
off
had
the bench.
Sanchez, so obviously like
Yeah, so for
he
you
comes
it was
on, but
fine. Yeah.
it was fine. But like I completely missed the deadline. I wanted to get Jota in.
mhm.
I was like, okay, I'll do it on Saturday, and I've completely forgot about it.
I
I
brought
spaced.
Jota in the day they played Arsenal, and then I brought him in, and then within the next 5 minutes he hurt his knee. I said, "Fuck!" And then thankfully he's recovered and came back and he scored two. So, yeah, he
I
played without
might I
him.
might bring him in this week.
Last few games they had more points than Salah did because of
Salah,
assists.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Would
Do
be
you
good
wanna
like
do you
outside.
wanna
But should
quickly
we
do you
should
wanna
we go
quickly
through our
talk
team?
about Ralf Ragnick's appointment?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We also just a minute before we jump into that.
yeah,
Are
yeah,
we
yeah. We
planning
can pull
to?
up the team.
Well,
We need to make a couple of changes to that team.
yeah.
Team's been pretty shit lately.
Let's continue the discussion of Ralph's appointment.
While you pull
Or
up
we
the
do that
team,
after. Yeah.
yeah, pull up the team. Uh,
Okay. So we
I
have
think
two transfers which we
I
made,
think we take out Ronaldo for sure.
but we have a whole ton of easy fixtures coming up.
Yeah, but the question is, will Ralf Ragnick play him in all of those fixtures?
Hmm. That is
I'd
true.
say take him
If
out.
Carrick doesn't have to play him, I'm sure Ralph will also not have to play him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take him out. Take out.
Do you want to take Ben Rama off?
Yeah, take out Ben Rama. Get in Jota for sure.
Hmm. Do we want to
And
get
like,
in King
I
or
feel like we should
something?
get in Josh King.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Like, get in
But they
Josh
have,
King.
but they have two difficult fixtures who
Yeah, like,
probably
but
won't.
like we can play four defenders. Like we can take a hit and then play like take a hit.
do you
Like
want to remove Kane instead of Ronaldo, or do you want to keep Ronaldo?
see, Kane is for sure he's gonna play every game, but with Ronaldo, you don't know
Dude,
when
but
he'll get a
Kane's
chance.
not scoring, dude. He looks like he doesn't care about Tottenham anymore. He's just running around like, yeah, I don't care.
Do we want to bring this guy in?
Dude, we
Do
need
we
to
have,
bring Trent or Cancelo or Rudiger or
wait,
Alonso.
this team
Someone.
has neither of them. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Exactly.
had
That's
Chilwell and yeah, man.
even I had Chilwell. I had to take him out. Like,
So
dude, no,
let's
seriously, you have to get one of those players, like either Cancelo or Trent or
remove Amate or
yeah, take
Marcel.
out Amate or Marcel, one of the two. Take
I think
out
Marcel doesn't play now.
He doesn't play
Let's,
anymore. Just get rid of him. Yeah.
yeah, let's take him
get rid
out.
of Marcel.
And they have a ton of fixtures, difficult fixtures coming up.
And
He does.
I feel like we should get in Alonso or Rudiger, one of the two.
Not Trent.
No, we already have
Or
Reece
Trent.
James.
Or Trent. Yeah, get in
James is
Trent.
enough.
Trent is a better option.
Yeah.
So we take a -4 and
Yeah.
Yeah. Trent
And
is a
then next week we can take out Amarte or and bring in Cancelo.
What's the word on Foden? Is he out for a while?
No clue. I found out he was injured like after the team sheet came out. So
Yeah.
even
That
Pep
makes
didn't
sense.
allude and I mean didn't say anything before the game.
Okay, let's confirm the team then. Salah captain.
I'm just checking
Yeah.
on Foden in the meantime. Sorry. Much better. And he could make his comeback midweek.
Okay. So Foden midweek is so okay.
Confirm.
There we go.
Are we starting with this lineup or do we want any
Yeah,
changes?
that seems quite reasonable.
I'll put Josh King as number 1.
Yeah, Josh King is number 1.
Cool.
Oh, so wait, you're saying Josh King racked up the points against United in the Watford game?
Yeah.
Mm.
Dude, he's the much better budget forward than Benteke at this time.
I have Wang, and I don't expect him to do anything
Yeah,
in that
so
game.
I'd rather just have like Josh King just there because I feel like 4-4-2 is the flavor of the season. So I would still probably like take out Amarte next week and bring in Cancelo if it's possible to do that with the funds that we
Yeah,
have.
I think we
I can
can.
check real
Cancelo
quick.
6.6, so I think we're going to need a little more money.
I can check real quick. Just
6.7 now. We don't
Yeah,
have
we won't have him.
fun.
We won't have enough. We'll have to get rid of probably
Kane.
Livramento or something if you want him.
Get rid of Kane, swap him to a Son, and then put that money in.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway,
That's that.
I, I think we would just talk about Ragnick's
Yeah,
appointment for a
yeah,
few
sure,
minutes,
let's do
and
that.
then we can.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, like until the appointment actually happened, I think that the day that news broke out, I was out with a friend, and I like honest to God, I'd heard of his name once, like long back, and I think Dode shared the Athletic piece on. I don't know if it's Dode or Robin who shared the Athletic piece on Ragnick. And then when I watched this documentary about Ragnick and his philosophy. It was like a 30-minute documentary. Basically, he was giving a session with other young and upcoming managers, and the way he spoke about it, he spoke about 5 things to do on the football pitch. It was really good. Again, I don't want to get too hyped up about him, but I think we needed somebody who is not from the Fergie mold, like somebody who's got his own ideas, his own philosophy. He's literally known as the professor because he's very rigid. He wants everybody to follow his system. And I read somewhere that Red Bull Leipzig and Red Bull Salzburg literally started the club only because they had the guarantee that Ralf Ragnick will see the entire process of them forming the club, recruitment, all of that until they get to a decent division. But he literally took both the clubs to the first division of the respective leagues. So man comes with a good CV. Let's just hope. I know 6 months is not enough time to stamp his authority or imprint his philosophy on this team, but I feel like if he can get a string of results going, because after the Arsenal game, I don't think we play quote unquote a big six team until February. So if he can get a bunch of wins in that time frame, I feel like we could be back to within a few points, like maybe 5 or 6 points below Chelsea. Personal view.
I'm excited to see what Ralf does. I really am. I think there is. I feel this team needs a new injection of tactical nous, and I see Ralf bringing it in. I see a lot of comparisons with him and Bielsa, and for that I hold them true because as he's provided the basic blueprint on which other more successful coaches have evolved their ideas out of. But I expect there to be one absolute thulping somewhere in between the season and United to completely run out of gas by the time they reach March, because they haven't been coached for the gegenpressing system, and you expect what happened in early's first season to happen here, where the team is just runs out of gas because they're tired. So don't expect much to have happened to United since March. I think that they have enough in the tank to have a top four finish. But I don't know. I wouldn't expect a league or something from the people, for those who think that this appointment is going to make United title contenders. It's not. This is, if anything, this is an exciting step for the next 2 years, because now there's, for the first time in a very long time, as there is a philosophy being implemented. Yes, the club has had direction with the appointments of Fletcher and John Murtaugh, but now with Rangnick coming in and with his role possibly extending for the next 2 years, there's definitely going to, there's some serious groundwork being put into place at United, will, which will be all the better for the team in the long run. I'm excited about that as much as for the season. I mean, I think it's done. If there's a good cup run in there, we'll take it. But yeah.
So I think like this is the third German manager in a top six team, and that's obviously because in today's football, it's all about your team being a well-oiled machine instead of having superstars, and it's all tactics. And German managers know tactics. Other than
Yeah.
Guardiola, the other three are all German managers. Um,
Okay.
and
So
maybe,
guys, just a quick second. I'm going to drop off because I have to get on a call. But you guys can continue and finish this off as well.
yeah, okay.
Cool.
Cool.
I'll see you.
So,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Listen to this on audio. I'm dropping off now. These guys will take it. See you.
yeah, I don't think he can make a stamp as a coach as much, but it's more like the Glazers were just happy with as long as United got Champions League football and they got some noodle sponsors or whatever, it didn't matter anymore. But
Yeah.
now they're starting to feel the club drop off in terms of valuation, sales, and this and that. So now there's someone there who can put the club, who knows how to run the club. Like he's built clubs from ground up, and sorry to say, but United's board at the moment is shit. Like Woodward and company don't know how to run a
Yeah.
football club.
Oh, you
They
don't
They
have to
were,
be sorry. They don't
don't
know how to they don't know how
yeah.
to run the football side of things. They may be the masters of the
yeah,
commercial aspect.
they're amazing at getting noodle brands and getting 100
I
million this
swear.
and all that,
Oh
but dude, they
man.
don't know how to run the football side of the club, right? But this
Yeah.
guy knows his stuff, like scouting, recruitment, youth development, all of those things that have been ignored at United for so long
You know,
will
he's the
come
guy who
back
signed
into it.
Haaland to Salzburg.
Yeah, I know,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and
But was he
that's the
with
thing. He has an
Salzburg? I
eye
don't.
for it,
Yeah. He's got an eye.
right?
Let's I mean
I don't
let's
think he
give it
was
a
with Salzburg ever.
what?
I don't think he was with Salzburg. I
He
just
was,
checked.
he was. He was their director of football.
Or the
He
director.
was not a
Okay.
manager. He was
Okay.
overseeing operations.
And I think
All the
that's the
record
role
games.
that he excels more at than a coach.
Coach, yeah.
Hmm.
He's so that's why they've
I
just put him as an interim and given him the other role for 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it. Yeah.
you'll see most football clubs now that managers are a revolving door. Like they're gonna keep coming and going, but as long as your club has the guy on top that's managing overall, so that not
Yeah.
every manager can come and be like to throw out half the team, buy a whole new team. You can't do that every time. You need a guy
Yeah,
on
you
top
can't.
who sets the base, and then whoever fits into that system, hire that guy. If he's not working, throw him out, hire a new guy. That's it.
It's like
Yeah.
in US sport, they have a GM. Like if you see any US
Yeah.
sport, like whether it be basketball or football, they have a general manager and he is answerable to the owner. So he can hire and
Correct.
fire whoever the hell he wants, coach, player. So we're sort of moving into that territory now. Like with Chelsea, it's been there for a long time now. Like ever since Maria has been here, it's
Yeah,
been
Mariana Ganska, yeah. But,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but
Ever
think
since
about it,
I
she's
don't
right?
been
Like,
understand.
yeah, dude, like our youth development is great. Like
yeah, it is. It
we've
is.
had like
Yeah.
almost 7 or 8 people in our first team from our own academy. As much as Chelsea is supposed to be a buy club and all that, dude,
Yeah,
we were
no,
doing
dude.
good
Like
development.
Chelsea and City, ever since the money has been pumped in, have had great youth academies, and I think they have been winning the youth FA Cup and the youth leagues for the last few years.
Yeah.
Correct,
Yeah.
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 But
So
what
and
I
that's
don't
that's
understand is
good, right?
United have a American owner. Why don't they bring in some of the same,
dude, even
structure that they have over there?
I think now they're
They
realizing
don't
that
care.
that's the way to go forward. Like
Yeah.
you get in somebody who's answerable to you, like a single point of
Mm,
contact, who
yeah.
understands football most importantly.
Correct. Not your random weirdos
Yeah.
that we currently have.
Get an investment banker and ask him to run a football club. Like what the hell,
Not
dude?
at all.
But this the thing that the negative side of Ragnick is that he's not afraid to tell people that you suck. Like I've
Yeah.
seen some documentaries where he's gone up to the board, like his own bosses, and told
Mm,
them you should be fired, you shouldn't be at your job. Okay. And that kind of stuff doesn't run at United, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't
dude,
fly
no,
with us.
I've read
absolutely
I
not.
read like he's extremely rigid.
Mm.
Like he needs things done the way he wants.
Yeah,
But
Like
I think
that.
German managers are, they have that in them, I think.
But see,
true,
dude,
but
you
like,
have
dude,
to
I
be
don't see
adaptable,
Tuchel being
right?
that. Yeah, I don't see Tuchel being that rigid. I don't see Klopp being that rigid.
I
So
think I
Klopp
think the other two are just
actually used to be rigid.
played down
Okay.
versions of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Klopp, you see that first two seasons of his Gegenpress, it didn't work. Then the third season, he became more pragmatic. Okay, don't press
Mm,
that much or that high. And dude, you won Champions League, you won Premier League by being more
yeah.
pragmatic. He learned on the job, adapted. This guy, after 20, 30 years, he's still not learned pragmatism. And that could be
But
like
anyway,
Tuchel
see,
also is very pragmatic, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I feel that only because he has 6 months, we might not see the entirety of his philosophy on the football club, but on the style of football. But maybe we'll see it on the football in the football
Yeah,
club. Hopefully.
from a
Mm,
DOF kind of
Yeah,
standpoint,
from
maybe.
standpoint, yeah,
yeah.
definitely not. I don't like Abin said. I remember the first season. Solskjaer came in like mid December, and by March we were gassed out. That PSG
Mm,
game, that PSG away game. After that game, we were completely like
yeah.
spent.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah.
So,
Agreed. Yeah.
But here's an interesting stat, right? Since Fergie left,
hmm.
Chelsea have changed four managers, so have United. Okay.
And Chelsea
Uh,
won what, two league titles,
two league
Yeah.
titles, two Champions Leagues,
three league titles,
three league titles and two
League
Champions
titles
two
of the
Leagues,
Champions
Champions
Leagues.
League.
Yeah,
three FA Cups.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as much as you want, so it's very funny. Like every other team, if they fire their manager, that means the season is gone.
Dude, you've
When
had
we
more than
fire a
four
manager, we
managers.
won
Come
Champions
on,
League.
you've had
No, we
more than
had
four
five. We had
managers.
five. We had five.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had five. The stat is we
six.
had
You've had
five.
six managers since Fergie left.
No, no, no. We've had five.
You
We've had an
had
interim manager as well.
Interim.
you
Yeah,
had
but we never
the guy
hired
who
a
won the Champions League. What's his name? I forgot.
Di Matteo.
Di Matteo.
Di Matteo.
But
Then
he was an
Mourinho
interim
came.
manager. Yeah,
Oh, it was
Mourinho came.
Yeah,
Mourinho
he was
came.
interim.
He got fired.
Yeah,
Then uh,
Mm,
Conte.
Conte. Conte.
Conte came mid-season. No,
No,
I
no.
think he
We
was
had
also
another
interim.
interim manager and then again Conte.
who was your interim then?
I forgot, dude. I really forgot because we finished 10th that season, but he's an interim. He was there for 3 months and no one cared about him again after that.
Gus
Okay.
Hiddink. Usually you go to Gus Hiddink.
Yeah, Gus
Ryan
Hiddink, I
is
think.
no, sorry.
No,
Gus
that's
Hiddink.
Spurs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We had
then after that
Mourinho.
you had him, Mourinho, then
Di Matteo
Conte.
came in after Mourinho.
No,
No,
that's the first time, dude.
the first time, the second time you're talking.
Goose Hiddink.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
usually
Gus
Gus
Hiddink.
Hiddink.
Yeah,
With Chelsea, it's Gus Hiddink if
Yeah.
it's interim.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Goose
then you had
Hiddink.
Sari.
Sar, yeah.
Mm,
After Conte, you had Sari. And then you had Lampard, and now you
Tuchel.
got Tuchel. So you've
Yeah,
had six managers. But it's in the same time, we have had four. So
yeah. But I'm saying, what have you achieved before?
Steve Holland. Yeah.
we have what, dude? We have one FA Cup and one Europa League.
With your
That's it.
most hated manager, Mourinho.
Yeah, and one League Cup. We won three trophies. Yeah, it's been shit.
Yeah.
And he won all three of them.
No, FA Cup, Van Gaal won.
No, Mourinho won my FA Cup.
No. Van Gaal won it. Dude, he won it and next day they fired him, no?
Oh yeah. Correct.
Next
So
day, yeah.
the very
Yeah,
next
I
day they
remember.
fired him.
The very next day, correct.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah,
disgraceful.
so as much as you say not a United way and all, but this is more like football.
Bro, I feel like, yeah, like you said, it's revolving doors from now on.
Yeah. Like everyone, like it's not working out, fire, you'll get a new manager bounce will happen.
Yeah.
Then see how it goes from there. Like look at this in the last that international break, 4 managers got sacked in the Premier League. Right? Villa, Norwich,
Yeah. And there was a stat going around.
Tottenham,
There was a stat going
sorry?
around.
And
United
Newcastle, yeah, sorry.
United lost to Villa, who lost
Yeah.
to Norwich, who
The
lost to, and the Hurt
the
Circle
sack
came back.
circle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I
All
got to
right, guys.
bounce.
We'll wrap it up, dude.
Cool.
We'll
Let's
wrap it
wrap
up.
it
Catch
up.
y'all soon, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, guys.
Take care.
Thanks for
Cheers.
tuning in. Cheers.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.